I just recently finished off the anime Black Clover. What an amazing adventure that was. And when I finished, I thought, there has to be a game made from this anime, right? There is one. And today, we're checking it out to see if it's actually worth it. This is Black Clover Quartet Knights. Don't go away. So if you've played any anime game, you know that they can be potentially extremely dookie. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't look this game's reviews up when I bought it. It was on sale from $80 to $8. That is a crazy sale. I bought it, downloaded it, started playing it. Didn't even check reviews. And I wasn't really worried because even if this is a pretty dookie game, the kind of people who buy these anime games are just here to fight as your favorite characters. So let's start with the story first, and let me tell you, there's one thing here in the story that makes it worth it. There's one little thing. It's the fact that there are full-blown animated cutscenes as good quality as the actual show here that are completely new and original to this game only. You see this? This wasn't in the anime. This is game only. Not only that, it's a whole new story. It's a whole new side quest sideline thing. I don't think it's canon. I don't think it could be canon. It just wouldn't line up with the main anime. But yeah, huge plus here to have legit animated cutscenes here. The downside is if you're not getting these animated cutscenes, you're getting what is essentially going from the highest budget option to the lowest budget option, which is basically a photo of each character and a line of dialogue. Like their mouths aren't even moving here. But sometimes you'll also get the middle budget route, which is like 3D animated thing. It looks a little odd. The story actually is pretty good. I won't go into insane depth about it because that's not what players who buy this game are here for. But I will say the story here was good, and it even brought in all the OG voices. The worst thing this story does, though, for me, in my opinion, is because the gameplay is so important to players who want to play. You just want to play as your favorite characters and do cool moves, right? The story introduces you to its gameplay in a horrendous way. I finished the story thinking the gameplay was incredibly ass. The reason being is you play as one character. Yeah, you play as Asta. And now that I finished playing as all characters, Asta has his own rightful spot there, but it wasn't until I actually went to do actual battle modes that I thought, wow, the combat actually is really fun here. You know, like 2 HP. Yeah, I try to hide behind my crystal. I'm not sure why the story forced you to play as one player, one play style, because let me go into the reason why everyone's here. It's for the battle mode. And to my absolute surprise, Black Clover, the game, is not an arena fighter, and it's also not a 2D fighter. Have you ever played Overwatch or Marvel Rivals? Well, I haven't, but even I know that this is Overwatch style. 4v4 hero shooter. The roster you get is split into 4 categories: fighter, healer, range, and support. You can do your teams whatever way you want. You can have 4 fighters. You can have 4 of the same person on one team. And you have 2 main game modes. Move the crystal. Stand beside this crystal and it'll move. You have to move it all the way to the enemy base. I'm sure there's a mode like this in a game like Overwatch I've never played, but if you ever played Safeguard from the old Call of Duty Black Ops 3 days, that's what it reminded me of. But also, another Call of Duty mode here. Have you ever played Hardpoint? Like the mode where there's a designated spot in the map you have to stay in. That spot can be contested, and whoever gets to 100 points first wins. Well, that's exactly what you have here, except the spot never moves. It's always in the same spot. So it's kind of chaotic. This is the first anime game I've played that isn't an arena or 2D fighter. And for a 4v4 hero shooter, I think it really works for Black Clover, because in the show, a lot of characters are designated to support only. So it actually canonically makes sense why characters like Vanessa will sit back and help her teammates from afar. Every character here has its own unique multiple abilities. Every character has like 3 or 4. They have their own ultimate. There's also items you can collect in the game, and I wish there was a little more, but you have like bomb item, you have fast item, you have heal item, quite basic things. You have these things called treasure relics. You see, a little ways away from the objective that you're currently all focusing on, there is a mini hard point that you can stand on for a short duration. I think it's like 15 seconds or something like that. If you actually capture that side objective, your team gains bonus damage. So it's a really is it worth it scenario to abandon your team for 15-20 seconds to make it to that spot, then make it back while your team sort of fends off the other team shorthanded. And that's the combat. And I'm so glad I was able to flip my mindset on this, because coming from the story mode, we were just playing as one character who is good in the combat. It's just the same exact move and playstyle the whole way through. You know, the battle mode, the combat, whatever you want to call it here, in Black Clover Quartet Knights is fun and fast, and I had a great time.
Oh, really? Yeah, no shit, I got MVP. That was OP. 18 kills, no deaths, 83 objective time. I'll never have a better fucking stat sheet than this. Holy crap. Damage prevented was 20,000. Holy shit.
And guys, that's it. That's the game. Okay, there is a little bit more. There is a customization section which you can customize your character's
That's kind of cool.
class? Would I call it this? So each character can cycle between essentially a offense, defense, and neutral stat. And even within that, you can add on little perks that'll buff your character a little bit. These cost in-game currency that you earn through completing the story. And I'll tell you this, I beat the story and I had a ton of currency to work with. So it's not that monetization wise, unless you're talking about locked characters. Yeah, this is my one negative thing here. Black Clover has such an absolutely stacked, diverse cast. I understand you can't have everyone, but like, why is Charlotte locked behind a paywall? A $7 paywall at that. The Wizard King is locked behind a paywall as well. Not only that, you know who's not even locked behind a paywall, not even in the game at all? Other captains. Where's Jack the Ripper? I want to play as Jack the Ripper. It is crazy to me that you had a Black Clover game you didn't include all of the captains. So that really is the entire game. It's short. This is my closing pitch. I could choose to be mad at this game for its 2-hour-long story. Yeah, it's about the same length as a movie. The fact that some of the more well-known characters are locked behind the paywall, like the Wizard King and Charlotte, and some other well-known characters are not even in the game at all. And the fact that if it's not on sale, it's $80 Canadian, which would be an absolute robbery. But if you can get it on a sale, you know, I look at how awesome the new animated cutscenes are that are specifically owned in this game. I look at how many hours I spent in the 4v4 arena shooter mock battle mode. How much fun I had every time I booted that up, trying every character, seeing which one I liked the most.
This fucking guy's just sitting back ranging all day. Where the fuck you going now?
You have the OG voice actors. I just, you know, if you have watched Black Clover and you're thinking, hey, this looks cool, should I pick it up? If it's on sale, definitely. Black Clover Quartet Knights, to me, is a 7.7 out of 10. So that's it. I've consumed all manner of media on Black Clover that I could find, other than the manga. And you know, this game's battle system was fun enough that I can honestly see myself in the future just randomly re-downloading it and playing it for like an hour and a half, maybe on a weekend or something, and just going back and playing as some of my favorite characters. But that's it. For now, I'm your host, Beneath the Mask. I hope you guys review. Peace out. Oh my god. Good fuck. How are you alive, woman? I know you're here to find out the Easter egg soundtrack that I put in at the end of every video, but did you know that I have a Buy Me a Coffee page? A page where you can donate to your favorite YouTube creator. Half of the money that's donated to that page is personally donated back to Child's Play Charity, a charity that's dedicated to supplying games and technology to children in hospitals around the world. So that's that. Did you guess the soundtrack?